that you're not there. Go back to when I saw you. A beautiful time in a deadly year. You think I'm stupid, but I get it now. How long can we make this go? Just hurry up and spit it out, baby, cause I got to know. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. I let it consume me, I let it control me. I'll always be lonely, I'll never be fine. If life is a movie, it's always so boring. Where is the story? I hope it gets better with time. Yeah, I hope it gets better with time. It's better with time. Don't look back when I call you, but does that mean that you don't care? Go back to when I saw you, your beautiful eyes with a deadly stare. You think I'm stupid, but I get it now. How long can we make this go? It won't hurt to let it out, baby, cause I got to know. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. Don't break away, cause I want to stay, cause I want to stay. I let it consume me, I let it control me. I'll always be lonely, I'll never be fine. If life is a movie, it's always so boring. Where is the story? I hope it gets better with time. Yeah, I hope it gets better with time. Hope it gets better with time. Yeah, I hope it gets better with time. 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 Yeah, I hope it gets better with time. I hope it gets better with time. I hope it gets better with time. I let it consume me, I let it control me. I'll always be lonely, I'll never be fine. If life is a movie, it's always so boring. Where is the story? I hope it gets better with time. Yeah, I hope it gets better with time.
Boots hit the ground and they scatter away. They fall all around like they've made a mistake. And what have we done to keep up the charade? You'll never go home, we're all one and the same. We get off our horses of metal and shame. Step over the masses who whisper our name. Restrain all our voices and swallow the pain. Deadly and gorgeous.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Australia Round 2, Tier 2. Today it's me, Martin, commentating for us all, and we're going to be going to the Land Down Under for a bit of close racing. So, chat, any predictions for today? Who's going to be putting it on poll? 17 drivers racing, and what's everyone's predictions? as the first out onto the track seems to be... It's a Alsop with Kizul right in front of him. The Haas pairing, but the first two cars on the track. I am indeed going solo polo for this one. But yeah, what is everyone's predictions for today's race? Who's getting the dub? We're waiting for a late running Vlad to appear as well. So he is somewhere, it's just where. So I'm seeing hopes of Elson winning, but doubts. The Haas pairing seems to be racing to start this off. But it will be Alsop starting us off here. We got almost all of the drivers on this track. I know it's going to be Kizul going in front. Alsop getting a toe off the back of him. They haven't left a very big gap here, so we'll see what happens. As it's going to be Kizul who's going to be our first car on a flying lap. Let's see what Kizul's got. As he comes through the late break in turn 1 into the weaving 2. Make sure you don't get too much curb on the exit 3 or risk losing the car like Fox Johnson did in tier 1. Coming into the hard braking, shifting down a lot into turn 3. And then the winding turn 4. Make sure you don't cut it too much or run too wide. As we see the Haas pairing still going absolutely rapid. Kizul now through 6 and 7. The winding turn of 8, and then into a the tricky turn 9. You want to make sure that you hug it on the inside as best as possible to maximise speed and reduce the racing line. As we have a spinning Red Bull. Kizul sets purple, but then Reese probably behind him setting another purple right behind him. And Kopf has been disqualified for facing the wrong way. And Jehovah's was retired. And I can't quite see what's caused Jehovah's to retire here. Jehovah's just spun it, but it's going to be Kizul and Alsop. Kizul goes P1 currently, but Alan Alsop doesn't go faster. The next across the line is Monk. And Monk puts it P1, going 2 tenths faster than Kizul. Next is going to be McWilliams. McWilliams splits the Haas pairing. And then it's Potts who also splits in between Alsop and McWilliams. And then it's going to be the Red Bull of Binder, puts it P5 ahead of Alsop. Next is going to be Chappers to cross the line. And Chappers goes fastest, he breaks the 118s there. Next up is going to be Elsom. And Elsom goes P2, slower than his teammate. And now it's going to be the McLaren pairing. And it's first Van Loon goes faster than Alsop, puts it into P8. And then it's going to be Hugendorn. Hugen goes P10, not a very competitive lap there. Skowski goes P9. Not a fast lap again. Next up is going to be Ule. No, Ule is starting, so it's going to next be Matthews. Matthew goes P11 there. Harris next. Pole position in Bahrain. What can Harris do here? And Harris goes P10 with that time. So next is going to be Lurgestam, who's invalidated. So it's Ule is the only one currently on lap. And he's going to have to get through this minefield. And he's invalidated. Ooh, big drift there. Somehow manages to collect it though. Ule controlling the car just about. Getting a little sideways on the exit. Big snap of oversteer for him. So we've got 2 people out. We've got a Red Bull disqualified. And Jehovah's all appears to have crashed into the dead Red Bull. So as things stand, it's an Alpine 1-2. Nom 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 nom. Now everyone's going to be making their way back into the pits. I'm going to quickly check if Vlad is able to join. Is Vlad on yet? Vlad is not on yet. He's kind of very close. But Ule looks like he's going to go for another lap now then. So Ule's going to send us another flyer, but there's going to be a Haas coming out in front of him. I'm eating a Sunday lunch. So he's got a... Oh! That looked a bit naughty. Who was that? That was not Kizel, that was Alsop. Seemed to impede Ule a bit there. But Ule's still on lap hill. And Rosu has arrived. Is he in the lobby? Did he appear in the lobby? Let's double check. He's not online for me. Okay. Just in case he hasn't. Oh, he has. You're very right. Do you want to commentate with me, or? Anyway, Ole puts it P10 behind his team at Scaresky in P9. But Ole will not be happy with the Haas's interference, possibly. Would you like to commentate, Doc? Oh. If you join as spectator. So next on lap is going to be Alsop. Let's see what the Haas can do. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him, but the traffic should move out of the way for him. Pushing hard through these corners. Cuts a little bit of a curb there. I can see a few people maybe possibly dying on that curb as everyone behind Alsop is fighting for track. And 10th and 11th yes, split mightily close as Van der Loon has left the lobby for some reason, but Alsop doesn't run very wide on that corner. He's going to just drive for the line instead and improves to P6. And next is going to be who's next on lap? It's not Potts, it's Monk. Monk puts it P3 there. Next is a Ferrari. Lurgiston goes P2. Doesn't invalidate this lap and puts it splitting the Alpines. Also breaking the 118 mark. Next is going to be Kiziel. Kiziel also breaks the 118 mark and goes faster. And then it's going to be a Williams of Lewis. Doesn't improves, but not enough to gain a position. Binder puts it P5 now. Everyone getting mightily close here. And now Harris looking to improve on his time. Doesn't know. It does a little bit, but it's not enough. And then it's going to be Potts. Oh, Potts is starting a lap. Is anyone finishing one? As Alsop has retired. It looks like Alsop has crashed on the exact curb we said that they would. The deadly curb. The deadly curb. Let's have a look. And yeah, he's caught too much curb and gone into the wall on the inside there. As Chappers sets a new fastest lap there. So Chappers throwing down the gauntlet for everyone.
4 tenths ahead. That's wow.
Rapid. I'm going to have to turn you up.
Up and down.
I've set you to 125 for this. Would you be able to get the screenshots as well, Duckett?
I would.
Thank you, thank you. So, who's next on lap though? Because McWilliams has put it P7 in the meantime, and Rosu is starting his first out lap. So it's just trying to find someone who's on lap right now. Is Elsom on lap? I believe Elsom. Oh, Elsom getting very wide on the exit of turn 5 there. Getting a big wobble on. Losing a lot of time.
I don't think he'll finish this lap.
I don't think so either, but that was mightily close. And everyone is... The times are very compactly together as well. P1 through to 10th. Well, through to 9th is within a second of one another. And then 10th and 11th are 2 thousandths separating the two of them. So it's just trying to find someone who's on a lap. And Vlad is just starting. He's gone purple sector 1 though. Vlad arriving late, here to play. But he's invalidated his lap.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So Vlad will not be setting a time here. So the next one, Harris is I think on a in lap looking at the time. So it'll be the Alpha and Mayo pairing. No, Hugendorn. Hugendorn is next on lap. He's running. He's going rapidly fast by the looks of it. Taking as much curb as he could there on the exit.
Using all the track that's available to him.
He's looking to be as fast as possible. Final 2 corners. Driving for them. Didn't spin. So P4 putting himself right up there. Connor will be happy. Next on lap is McWilliams is in an in lap, so it's your boys.
Yeah,
Skowski's invalidated. So he's slipstreaming Ule here. Ule purple sector 2.
Half a second up on his time. Would only put him...
It won't gain him much.
9.
It'll put him 10.
Yeah.
So he needs to find more time here. Final few corners. As McWilliams has crashed in the same spot that Koff spun.
That's not good.
But it's going to be Ule driving towards the line here. We're going to try and get onto Chappers after to see what's happened to McWilliams. As Ule puts it P5. And it's not Chappers, it's going to be Elsom who's coming past him. And yeah, he's spun on the exit of turn 4 by the looks of it. And has just taken his wheel off. That's going to be... There's a few DNF fines here. So the TPs will not be happy about what's happening. But it's going to be Chappers possibly doing his last lap. He's on his out lap now, so he's going to be doing his last lap now. Let's see what Chappers, if he can improve on that time. He's gone quite... He's starting it. He's gone quite early. He's coming through the quick section of 1-2. You shift that, you brake quite late for 1, and then throw it in around for 2.
Not spinning here is a challenge itself.
We're going to ride on board with Chappers for this. As he comes through turn 4 now. Takes a bit of curb, but takes it nicely into the fast right-hander. Flat out normally. Into turn 6 and 7. Through 7 now. Making sure to get as much curb on entrance and exit as possible. Now you want to be flat out through this section here of 9 and 10 into the fast left-hander of 11, followed by the flowing 12. Shifts down into 6, now drives for the line, taking as much curb as he can, but he invalidates his time.
Then he'll have time to come into the pits and go for another one.
Possibly, he switches into neutral, but we're going to go to Elsom, his teammate, who is currently 1/10 faster than his previous time, and looking to improve.
1 plant here would actually do quite a bit for him. Like, he would overtake Yulia and go P5.
And let's see if he can make more time in sector 2. He doesn't set a purple sector 2, but he's still almost 1.5 now.
Almost 2 tenths.
So this will probably be Elsom's final lap. Throws it into the... Oh, gets a huge snap. So he's going to back off. I wonder if he's going to have enough fuel and energy for this.
I don't think he'll have enough...
Oh, and Chappers has spun! Chapper spun on the exit in between turn 1 and 2. So it's going to be Lurgistum who's looking like he's going to be on the competitive lap. Chappers is not going to be improving. So yeah, it's Lurgistum. He's going to be the first of the cars on a lap here. As we can start to see, as a hydrate has been redeemed, so I'm going to crack open the first one.
He's a bit slower in Sector 1 than on his personal best.
But there is time to be made elsewhere.
100%.
Oh, and there's a yellow flag for what seems to be a battling Red Bull and Alfa Romeo.
My god, don't tell me that.
I think they're adjusting the track, but he goes purple sector 2, and he's now 200ths up on his time, almost 300ths.
That would.
And there's a spun McLaren as well on turn 2. No, what is he doing?
What?
Bobo joined the lobby. And Lurgistum is invalidated.
Where did he... Oh, probably after Sector 2.
Yeah, but
yeah, the show must go on. Trying to find someone on the lap.
If Bobo remains in this lobby, I will be banning him from everything.
Okay, he left.
He left. So Lurgistum's going to look to go again, but it's going to be Vlad who we're going to follow. Vlad is currently on lap and he's looking to go faster.
This is his only chance at a lap.
Yeah, and we don't know the weather for the race afterwards, so it's going to be very important here.
It looks quite grey now, but after all, it's the F1 2022 game.
Very true, very true. Can you try and invite... I'm going to try and invite Van Loon, because I haven't seen him come back into the lobby.
Yeah, I don't have him on Steam, so I couldn't... As I didn't see if he went faster in Sector 2 or not, but looking like it's a good lap from...
It is looking like a good lap. He invalidated in Sector 2 last time, so he's already gotten further than last time.
Will he keep...
Oh, and he invalidates!
Oh no!
So Vlad will be starting from the back. He's not going to have enough time to get across the line. No! Vlad not setting a time. So next up is going to be Lurgistum, as Matthews is spun as well in turn 1-2. And Lurgistum won't be improving.
He invalidated.
He invalidated. Yeah. So next is going to be the... It's not Chappers, so yeah, it's going to be Elsum looking to improve. Final corner now. Everyone pushing as hard as they can.
Will he improve?
And Elsum goes P4 at that time. And then next up is going to be Skowski. And Skowski goes P4 instead. And
here is P3.
But Harris is slotted at P3 from out of nowhere. Binder doesn't improve. And Ule has invalidated. So next is Kizyul. Kizyul takes the final corner now. Where's Kizyul going to put it?
P7.
P7 for Kizyul. Who's next? It's going to be Potts, who's getting a slipstream from a McLaren. So it's going to be the McLaren of Hugendorn goes P6. Potts P14 doesn't improve. Van Loon has invalidated this lap, so he won't be improving for P15. Next is going to be Monk and Harris by the looks of it. Monk's invalidated, so it won't be Monk. The only person left is Harris, and Harris is on a slow lap, so...
Yeah, he binned it.
This is what it looks like. Chappers takes P1, Monk P2, Harris P3, Skowski P4, Elson P5, Hugendorn P6, Kizyul P7, Ule P8, Lurgistum P9, and Bauender running out the top 10. 11th Matthews, 12th McWilliams, 13th Elsop, 14th Potts, 15th Van Loon, 16th Rosu, Jehovah's all P17, and Kopf, who spun on the first lap and faced the wrong way, disqualified in P18.
Unlucky for Andrew and Kopf.
Very much so. And there's going to be quite a few fines possibly coming.
Why is that so?
Well, DNF fines.
Ah, okay. I thought you meant another fine.
And what we say, thank you for the money. That's gonna fill our tummy. So there's our lineup for the thing. I'll get. Are you good to get them?
Yeah, I'm getting them right now.
Perfect.
There we go.
Remember for the race ones to get them with the times, not the penalties.
The penalties look so good, I couldn't resist.
It doesn't help us though if we put out time penalties on people. Nom 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 nom. So chat, what is your predictions? I'm going to turn my mic down on Streamlabs actually, just so I'm not peeking. What is your predictions for today? Who's going to take the win? I was having a Sunday roast, but it's now all finished, so now it's just me and the beers. Hedgrow saying us that Harris's cheeks got updated on Friday, so he's going to be rapid in the race. I don't really know how to react to that.
No,
But Chappers P1, Monk P2, there's a little bit of bad blood between them from Imola last season.
they've been fighting quite a bit last
Yeah.
season and a half. Season and a half, last season. Let's hope it's not as chaotic as Tier 1.
And we're going to have the warm-up lap now. And let's see what tyres everyone has gone for. So we've got Chappers on the medium, Monk on the hards, Harris on the medium, Skowski on the hard. The top 6 have a mix and match. Everyone starting from an even position, gone for the hard option. Everyone on the odd number has gone for the medium compound. The odd one out there is Binder, looking to be rapid. P10 on the softs. Further, so P7 and 8. Oh, bye-bye, Ducker.
My internet died.
Nice.
Yes, love to see it.
But yes, P7 and 8 on hards. P9, Lurgestam on the mediums. Matthews in 11th on the hards. Then 12th, 13th, 14th all choosing mediums. 15th, Van Loon also selecting the hards. And then the back 3 also choosing the mediums. So it should be a very interesting battle with everyone on different tyres. Different strategies for all. As Van Loon has left the session again.
He did a me probably.
I think his PC crashed again.
Oh. That reminds me of Will in Miami last season.
Reminds me of Rory. Rory was the king of crashing.
Not only in-game, but his entire PC. Or the game, I should say.
So, here we go. They're now going to be doing the last part of the warming up of their tyres. They're very close to one another, bunching up. How do you reckon they're going to line up as... Monk has spun!
He did the 360.
Monk has spun, warming up his tyres. And he spun again!
He did it again.
Oh boy.
What
Monk not having a good warm-up here.
I think Skalski spun on his outlap as well, as he was far behind.
Yes, Skowski very far behind there. But here we go. They've lined up. I'm not being given a good camera angle, so we're going to switch to P2 and see what we've got. They've lined up a bit wonky here. Let's see how this goes. And their lights out. And away we go. Harris gets a very poor start there. Harris got bogged down.
Chapper's got an amazing start.
Chapper's got an amazing start. But I'd like to point out Binder on the softs. Up the inside of so many. The front through get through cleanly. Is everyone through cleanly by the looks of it? We're going to switch to the chaos in the midfield as there's a yellow flag and it's going to be Matthews. And Van Loon's been fully disqualified as well. And there's a big spin further back.
Oh,
and it's McWilliams, it's Drahovazel, Koff, Alsop, and Matthews is missing his whole front wing as well. But back to the front as Chappers is looking to gap Monk. He's already got a second over him on them mediums on that compared to the hards, and then it's going to be Harris hunting them down and Elson behind him. Kizel is up to P5, Binder from 10th up to P6. Let's have a look at the position gains and losses. So the big gainers here is up 4 is Binder and Rosu. Down 5, Scousey did not get a good start, and Matthews is also down 6. Harris has crashed! There's a huge crash! Harris has crashed! And we've got a virtual safety car. Harris getting a little bit wide on the exit of turn 10, Bud looks at it, and has gone straight into the wall! What a huge crash!
The guy who thought he was gonna win, you were mistaken.
Wow! What a crash!
I did not expect him to crash this early on, at least.
And Rosu's got a 5 second for speed in the pit lane as well. So there's 3 in the pits, Rosu, McWilliams, Ankoff. The Aston Martins have double stacked here. This is going from bad to worse for them, as Matthews is also in the pits. Would you like to ask Harris if he'd like to come up here?
Yes, let me do it from my phone so I don't do something bad to the lobby.
So we've still got a virtual safety car currently. Chappers has got almost 2 seconds over Monk, who is now in an Alpine sandwich. And we're green racing again, we're green light racing, and it's Chappers looking to pull away from Monk with Elsom, his teammate, behind. We're going to go back to the tyres as he's in it's the mediums, and Binder's up into P4 on them softs already. Binder looking rapid on the alternate strategy. With Kizu in P5 and Hugendorn up into P6. Ule and Skowski P7 and 8. Potts up into P9 now, and Lurgisum has dropped back a bit. But he is all over the back of Potts here. So it's Chappers with a commanding lead, and it's Elsom all over the rear of Monk now. The mediums look to be... The mediums seem way more fired up. And it's going to be interesting to see if Binder's catching as well. Because Binder on the softs would be... I'd like to think he's going to be pretty rapid here. Did you get a reply from Harris?
Yeah, he's just going to watch it back first, and then he'll be with us.
Alright.
Hopefully.
So it's Chappers with over a 2 second gap now. And then it's going to be Monk defending Elsom and Binder behind. And Rosu's picked up another 5 second for speeding in the pit lane.
Why?
Rosu's day is going from bad to worse. He's replacing his...
wing again.
He was serving his 5 second and replacing his wing.
I don't see the wing damage.
I don't either.
What?
But he's chosen to replace his wing.
Will he have any more tires left after
And thank you for the follow there, alternate strategy. Binder is literally on the alternate strategy. But it's going to be Monk defending Elsom here. And then there's a big train behind Hugendorn. Hugendorn, the Dutch train conductor. No, it's going to be Kizel, the Polish train. And there's a spin, and it's Koffer spun. Koffer spun on the exit of turn 5. But back to Kizel, he's got a big train for him behind him, and he's going to be bringing that train to Poland.
Elsom and Monk are fighting in the last top onto the straight now.
They're very close here. Chappers goes fastest lap, but Elsom is going to have the DRS on Monk. Monk looks to defend the inside as there's a spin, and Alsop's out. Alsop has crashed as well. Monk defends the inside. Elsom looks to go around the outside, but there's no doing of it. We're going to quickly switch to McWilliams and see what's happened. And Reese has just lost it, and we got a full safety car now. We have a full safety car for the crash of Alsop. He clearly might have just got a bit too much curb there. And we're gonna... The car's been cleared up, but we have a full safety car now. So Chappers' advantage that he gained has been quickly removed by that safety car.
I am dragging him up now. I just need to actually find him. There we go.
Hello, Harris.
Hey.
Do you want to talk us through what happened? We caught some of it on the stream. It seemed that you just seemed to get a snap, and into the wall you went.
So Monk in front, he just made a little movement, and I got a bit scared of the grass. And then we just came together and touched. I think I trusted him a little bit too much because it was Devil, because he's normally, and then he made a little sudden movement I wasn't quite expecting.
Was it in the middle of the turn?
It was literally just as like if I'd have gone over anymore, I'd have hit the grass and then could have taken us both out. So I tried to move over a little bit, and then yeah, it was avoidable for both of us, I think. But I think I had a better drive and got a bit too antsy that I wanted to get past him.
Not the result you'll be looking for here. But your main rival in Vlad currently not doing too hot behind either in P15. But we do have a full safety car out now.
Yeah, I wouldn't write Chappers off yet though.
I wouldn't either, but from the first race, the points were you and Vlad, so this throws it all in the air now of Australia. You know, you said it wasn't your strongest track though.
I wasn't expecting to DNF it though.
No. And we've lost 3 cars already. We also lost Reese on the third to last corner, seeming to get a bit too much curb and just snap it into the wall as well.
Yeah, Australia's one of them tracks, isn't it? You can just lose it at any point.
Very unforgiving.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think I'd go out from... It literally just clipped the wheel. And it was just a DNF. So...
That's unlucky.
We're sorry to hear that. And with the next track being Japan, are you excited for Japan?
No, I think it should be taken off just because you love it so much.
Cheers, cheers. I'm expecting to see a bit of a Tokyo drifting then.
Yeah, no worries, boys. Right, have a good race. I'm gonna go watch the end of this football.
Thank you for joining us. So that was Harris, sadly out of today's race in the Williams, and the queue is starting to form. We're waiting for 4 cars. It's Chappers leading Monk and then Elsom. Chappers leading this train, and Monk in an Alpine sandwich. Kizu on P4 and Hugendorn P5.
Do you think there will be some games from Alpine for Elson to try and overtake him?
Possibly. I would also like to point out, Binder has already pitted off of them softs onto the hards. He'll be looking to not pit again, I'd assume. But it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if this one pays off.
Yeah, he's still up. No, he's... Right. Yeah, he lost 1 position now, but I think he'll be quite pleased with this start.
He was up into P4, and he's pitted and he's only dropped to P11. So he's in a commanding position with everyone else having to stop still, and he possibly doesn't have to stop anymore. The same goes for Vlad and Kopf and McWilliams, but...
I think Kopf is on... No, he's on hards now, okay,
alright. Vlad and Kopf might not have to pit again. That is
will need to.
The Williams with Matthews and so will Mac Williams definitely need to pit. Them mediums almost certainly won't be lasting. But the safety car surely in this lap as the train is almost anything but formed here.
Yeah. It's...
And chat, what are we thinking after the safety car is in this lap, so Chappers now controls this race. Hugendorn for the W, Max says. As they're all still looking to get hitting them tyres, them hards will be a lot harder to fire up. So P4, 5 and 6 and 7 might be at the mercy of the cars behind them.
I don't think Monk has a lot of heat into those hards at the moment.
No, he hasn't done any 360s this time.
I don't think he'll want to try that now either, to with you.
He'll be a bit dangerous, that is very true. But look at this train forming behind Chappers. He's about to get us to go racing again. The safety car is almost in. It's all Monk trying to predict when Chappers is going. Chappers still hasn't gone.
There he goes. No,
and he's now...
I lied.
You know, he has gone as we go racing again. He's left it very late. And Elsom possibly is more having to defend, as Hugendorn is also having to defend. Meanwhile, further back, Rosu has got past Kopf, and McWilliams is in the wall and he's ripped his front wing off again. McWilliams will not be happy with that. And Hugendorn has dropped down, and so has Elsum's Kizyul's
something-
passed. Oh, there's a big contact between Kizyul and Elsum.
Lurgestam and Skalski as well.
Lurgestam and Skalski, it's all kicking off. Chappers is pulling away here.
Oh,
Then it's going to be
Elsum.
Monk. And Potts is up
Elsum.
into P3. Where has Potts come from?
Elsum is down to P14.
Elsum seemed to have got a spin with contact with a Mercedes there. From what I could see from what we heard, it was chaos everywhere. And now it's going to be Chappers who leads the two Mercedes, with Hugendorn behind, sporting a nice white and red trim helmet, and then Ule just behind him in black and blue, and then it's going to be Jehovah's up into P6, Binder again already back up into P7, and Rosu looking rapid behind him.
Andrew has gone up 11 positions now.
And yes, Andrew's having a brilliant race here, but back at the front, there's no one around Chappers. Skowski's into the pits already.
I think he got wing damage from the Ferrari.
Oh no. And also in the pits is McWilliams, as Lurgestam has got past Kopf, and also looking to get past Kopf is Kizyul. So Lurgestam and Kizyul dispatch Kopf here through after turn 2, but Chappers is pulling out a commanding lead here on the mediums, and then it's going to be Monk who's got Potts closing in on him, with Hugendorn right behind in that McLaren with the pink trim. There's a bit of a train forming behind Hugendorn though. The Dutch Express really needs to make sure he holds on to the back of Potts here. Potts on the mediums will be have a bit more life still, I'd have thought, and a little bit more pace than the hard runners currently.
Tires is Potts on
Tyres
mediums.
is mediums.
So, do you think that Monk will let him pass to try and go after Chappers?
I don't know. There is no team orders. And the Merc from chat, I missed it. I was looking at changing the options, but one of the Mercs did a little bit of a dodgy track limits by the sounds of it.
According to Max.
So we're looking for where the nearest action is. It's probably going to be Ule, who's defending Jehovah's, but eyeing up Hugendorn as well in this train of cars.
Andrew is on the mediums and Ule and Hugendorn on the hards.
Very true, but Chappers is pulling away from this pack. It's 2.5 seconds still. We'll see what the gap is towards the end as Ule runs a little bit wide. I wonder if he got a little bit of a... As Lurgestam picks up a 3-second penalty already, we're going to quickly switch back to tyres for a little bit. As there's a huge train formed behind Monk here.
DRS training coming.
It is a DRS, it's a Danish DRS train.
Ah, the worst kind.
But Ule's got Jehovah's all over his rear. Jehovah's was looking to make a move here possibly. Jehovah's looking to get past the Polish Ule, but there's no doing of it. And Jehovah's will have to sit back and bide his time now with Binder on fresher hards.
I'm sweating bullets watching this.
So we got a huge train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 car train as Lurgestam sets the fastest lap in P10 there.
Chappers has a 3-second gap to Monk now.
Chappers is pulling out a big gap here. Chappers is running quite a lonely race. It'll be interesting once the everyone changes tyres though, what happens. I do love saying the nationalities, it's very true. But it's going to be, currently it's Jehovah's all over the rear of your boy there. Skowski sets the fastest lap now, down in P14. And Elson picks up a 3-second time penalty as well for multiple warnings.
That
but
doesn't sound like Elson.
Jehovah's was looking very racy here.
I think Yula is being saved by the DRS of Hugendorn at the moment.
Very true. He's staying within that second, but Jehovah's looks like he's got the pace on Ule here. But he doesn't get as good. Ule gets a much better exit into that corner. So I wouldn't write him off, but the gap between first and second is almost 3.5 seconds now, as Monk has gained a second over Potts as things stand. So Potts will not have the DRS to defend Hugendorn, and Hugendorn is clutching up to the back of Potts here. So here we go. No DRS for Potts. Hugendorn is closing in on the back of Potts, but not enough. The mediums get just a little bit of a better exit out of the turns, but Hugendorn's is a lot closer here. As
another penalty.
And there's a spin.
Elsom, again, I believe.
No, it's Matthews. Matthews has had a
Matthews.
spin. Matthews has spun in the Williams. The colours are very similar. But back to the front, and it's going to be Potts is having to really defend Hugendorn now.
Chapper's 4 seconds ahead now.
Chapper's 4 seconds ahead on their mediums, and Hugendorn looking very racy in that McLaren. And so is Jehovah's all behind.
I think it looked like Monk slowed down for Potts to get the DRS there.
That would be very smart to do, but Hugendorn is in biting range. And look at the 4 of these cars here. It is very, very close. As Hugendorn looks to get a switchback on him. Hugendorn on the inside, thinks better of it, and Jehovah's all can't either. But Ule catching up to the back of Hugendorn now, and Jehovah's all got a much better exit. Hugendorn's ahead, and Jehovah's all side by side with Ule here, coming into the penultimate corner. Ule defends it, but no doing for Hugendorn. Cleanly through on Potts on them hard. So Hugendorn looking rapid, and Jehovah's all gets a big snap of oversteer, and it's going to be Binder now on the back of Jehovah's all, and he's through already.
Rosu may overtake both.
He's a little bit boxed in here as they go side by side through turn 1. Wheel to wheel stuff between the Alpine and the Red Bull. And Rosu making to look and go 3 wide. Rosu gets past Binder. But Binder holds the inside on Rosu. Let's start wheel to wheel. And Jehovah's gets a big snap of oversteer, and Binder hits him. And Rosu and Lurgestan both go through.
Oh my god.
Rosu up into P6 now. Binder will not be happy with Jehovah's all there. But meanwhile, Chappers has a 1.5 gap. Monk now looking to extend the gap on Hugendorn, and Potts hoping to stay inside. But Ule is all over the back of Potts here. There's only 3 cars now in this train, and Potts seems to have dropped off the back.
He has no more ERS.
No more ERS, no DRS. Potts has dropped off the back, and Ule is going to be looking to gobble him up. He's going to be a little snack. And Ule on the hards, the mediums seem to maybe be fading a little bit here. And Potts doesn't seem to have enough pace on the switchback either. It's almost there, but Ule has the position. The mediums look like it's almost starting to go. And Chats reckons Chappers is going to spin. Potts pit, that's a very early pit on them mediums. Let's see where he comes out. Meanwhile, it's Rosu now who has a train behind him. Rosu having to defend Lurgestam. Jehovah's all will have to defend Binder. Lurgestam looks for a better line through. But he's got 6 seconds of penalties already.
Potts coming out in P13 ahead of Kasper.
And Lurgestam sends up the inside of Rosu there. They're side by side through turn 3 and 4. And Lurgestam makes the move stick. What a move! Lurgestam up into P5. What a dive up the inside of turn 3. So Monk has pulled a 2.5 second gap over Hugendorn though.
And Hugendorn a second over Ule.
It's very important.
As I say that, it goes under a second. Never mind.
But it's going to be Lurgestam and Rosu battling here. Also, possibly Binder on Jehovah's all. Jehovah's all's tyres might be starting to feel it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be on these tyres for much longer now.
No. Currently, they're making bets of when Chappers is going to spin in chat. They're saying lap 21 or 18. I reckon it'll be when he's on the cold hards. I reckon it's when he's on the cold hards if it's going to happen.
With his luck, it'll probably be the last lap.
Oh, don't say that. But the gap is 4.5 seconds over Monk. He'll be very happy with this. As Lurgestam's battery is flashing, and Rosu will be wanting to get back past Lurgestam. As Elsom's in the pits, and Chappers has crashed!
That's so spun!
Chappers has crashed!
Oh, there's no way!
No way, chat!
No!
He spun on turn 3 and lost his wheel! Chat!
No!
You animals! And it's a safety car as well.
Oh my god, this.
Oh no.
What a timing for the medium runners.
Oh. You couldn't make this up though. The chat was just saying it was going to happen, and suddenly.
I'm gonna DM
Lo and
Chopper Sasuke if
behold.
he wants to come up.
He might be a bit angry.
That's the funnest reaction, is it not?
Oh. Of all, I reckon we can see almost everyone pitting here.
Even I don't think
Binder?
the hard runners will pit.
No, I can see Binder pitting. Mediums can definitely last the rest of this race.
Yeah, they
15
could.
laps. 15 laps.
They had very good.
Potts, if
times.
anything, lost out the most by pitting so early. Any
And
news
Ule
from
pits.
Chappers? Monk pits, Ule pits,
He has a
Lurgestam pits, Rosu pits, Jehovah's pits, Binder pits, Kiziel, everyone is in the pits here.
Andrew penalty. No, Koff is not pitting.
Kopf not pitting. So Kopf will be leading this race.
Potts is not pitting.
Yeah, Potts is the only other one I wouldn't have thought would pit. Because he
Skalski
did
not
pit
pitting.
just before.
Skalski, Elsom not pitting.
Any news from Chappers?
I sent him a message a minute ago and no response yet.
Chat is losing their minds over that.
No way. He would have won this race.
He was 4.5 seconds ahead of second place. But Australia is a cruel mistress. The walls are close.
Chappers.
Chappers is in chat. Chappers, would you like to come
Yeah.
up for a chat? Chappers, would you like to come up for a chat?
I am already. Oh, he's here now, I think. Yeah. There we go.
Chappers,
Hello.
you're 4.5 seconds ahead. What happened?
I don't know, I literally just lost the rear, saved it, but it like saved it into the wall. It should have been wing damage, but apparently I lose my front tyre. But I mean, I was so much slower, so much quicker than ever. Even with the old mediums, I'm quicker than Monk. It makes no sense how I just randomly wheel spin when I'm in. Whatever.
Harris was saying the same thing with his contact as well. Like,
Yeah. Either way, Monk's getting penalties after this, so it doesn't bother me.
I am curious now.
but Harris was saying the same thing when he hit the wall. That and chat was also predicting your demise. They was reckoning that you was the next to spin, but I don't think they was expecting you to DNF like that. As someone
so
just
weird.
desynced back. Someone just had a Lurgestam's internet just did a Lurgestam by the looks of it.
It literally makes no sense. I'm still baffled on what the hell happened because it just randomly snapped, and
Did
it
you-
is literally unsavable. It wasn't anything to do with the throttle, nothing. It just snapped.
I don't know what to say. As in, greatly disappointing for you though. You were looking rapid out there.
Yeah, I can get you the clip and send it as well.
It was almost certain you're going to be a race win for you. We thought 4.5 seconds up. And I
Mate,
don't
it was
think you'd
such an
have lost-
easy race. It's like it takes it back to Imola, man. I'm dominating safety car, then DNF.
Well,
It's literally my luck.
even with the safety car though, you were still 4.5 seconds ahead, and it's you who's brought out this safety car.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. I won't lie, it's stupid. I'm still baffled on how that's a DNF.
Let me get another beer for this, because we're only halfway through, and it's still to kick off under this safety car. It's going to be Koff leading us out. Is there anything else you'd like to say though, Chappers, before we go back to the race?
I'm big
And
man.
Koff has spun! Koff has spun on the
Oh
safety
my-
car!
Thank God for that.
Koff
Come
was
on,
leading
Alston.
it! Koff
Yes,
was
come on,
leading
Alston,
it.
lads.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we're sorry for your race.
Don't worry, Alston's gonna win. It's fine.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
See you,
Oh,
man.
God, another mill. I'm broke.
As we're gonna go back to racing, it's now gonna be Monk who's
You
leading
like
us.
me too. Woohoo.
Monk who's leading us out, and Ule's getting very alongside Monk there. Sucker.
Fuck's sake, man. Ah.
And Monk goes a lot earlier than Chappers did. And he's going to be Ule having to defend from Lurgestam instead. But yeah. Ule next to spin. Chat is trying to make the prediction.
No.
Monk runs extremely wide on that
Nice.
exit though.
Okay.
And he's now going to be all for the taking of Ule. Monk seems to be struggling very much on their mediums.
Oh my god, he goes straight on.
Monk, what is going on with Monk? Did Monk get wing damage?
No, he
From
just
Kopp?
went straight on by himself.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if he's got wing
Oh.
damage from when Kopp spun.
No, wait. Yeah, he does. I think
He does?
I think, yeah.
And Binder
He's
has
missing.
been passed.
Missing left side. On
Yeah,
the
he's missing an
control.
end plate. There
Yeah,
must have been contact
thinking.
between Koff and Monk.
That's
So
gonna
Monk's
be
race is in the mud, and it's now going to be Ule defending Hudengorn and Lurgestam. Hudengorn and Lurgestam around the out. Wow, what a move to make!
What the hell? As we have oh, it's Monk going straight across the grass.
And
And Andrew.
Jehovah's
Oh
also
my
and
God.
Jehovah's spinning. Monk has lost his whole front wing now. It's all kicking off.
What is happening?
So it's going to be Ule who's leading Hugendord with Lurgestam behind, and there's a yellow flag for Jehovah's who's still spinning. Jehovah's giving us his best ballerina impersonation back here in P13. But it's going to be Ule in the Alfa Romeo leading us, with Hugendorn chasing him down and Lurgestam behind, but he's got a big amount of penalties, and then it'll be Potts on the older hards behind them.
I am.
But yes, this is Mud-Sadies. Mud-Sadies. As Rosu's up past Potts. Rosu is back in the race.
This is not what Harris wants to see, even though he's watching football.
It wouldn't be what Harris wants to see with Chappers going out as well. He thought Chappers was going to get the dub.
We're just jinxing people now.
Like, left and right. What have you missed? Chaos. Chappers crashed out from the lead of the race, bringing out a safety car. Kopf and Monk seem to have contact under safety car. Ule went alongside Monk under safety car.
Ash. We don't talk about that.
Absolute chaos. Monk mudded it. Monk in P13. Jehovah's all on softs in P40. Are them softs going to last? There's been a lot of spinalas. A lot of spinalas. But it's going to be Ule leading Hugendorn with Lurgestam behind. And then it's going to be Rosu a second and a half back with Potts still within the time zone. But Hugendorn's looking rapid here. Hugendorn looking to take his first pole position. Take it first win even, sorry.
Gained 4 tenths in the last sector alone.
Binder's master strategy sadly has fallen apart with the pit stops with the second safety car.
I do feel quite bad for Andrew though, I will admit.
We didn't see what happened back behind, but I'm wondering if it had anything to do with the slow moving
Mercedes, yeah.
I meant to say first place, not pole, okay?
Pole is first place though, so technically.
Technically, but it's a race win that they're looking for. The front three here, it's all in their grasp. They're all dropping Rosu behind. And I'd like to point out, Lurgestam does have more penalties. Let's look at the penalties quickly. Lurgestam with 6 seconds of penalties. Binder and Elson with 3 seconds, and Jehovah's also with 3 seconds here. But
those 6
he's
seconds,
on the hards.
6 seconds, he'll be P10.
I wouldn't be talking there, Wash Johnson. You're looking mightily washed last race. Azule sets fastest lap, but Lurgestam goes faster. And Monk picks up 3 seconds. He's all over the back of Kopf here. He's looking to make a send here in the right hand corner. They're side by side, the softs versus the mediums. He's going to get a much better exit. Still side by side. He breaks a lot later and he's cleanly through
Those softs
on the
just have
penultimate
so much
corner.
more grip.
The softs just doing absolute bits, and he got the DRS, but back to the front now as Monk takes P12. He's going to be Ule having to defend Hugendorn with Lurdestam behind. Ule must be using a little bit of battery here. Vlad, who has dropped Potts now. Vlad is in no man's land and Potts has a train behind him.
I'm lost for words. I'm trying to... yeah. This is making me nervous as hell.
Your driver currently P1 as Jehovah's all sets the fastest lap there with clean air.
That was 0.02 faster than...
And McWilliams has been done by Potts. No, McWilliams has done Matthews for P10, the final points paying position. Of course, it is in brackets, quote unquote, current, because we don't know what penalties are lurking behind the tickets that come in. But Matthews will be looking to get back at McWilliams. He looks to go up the inside. McWilliams looking a little bit laggy there for me. And Matthews will look to get him out here with his little fish helmet. Looks for the inside of turn 3, side by side. Matthews up the inside, maybe a switchback from no. Matthews cleanly through up into P10. Matthews and McWilliams battling it out. But meanwhile, back at the front, as they've asked for tyres again.
I guess, yeah, Davies.
Of course, Davies asked, just use your eyes, Davies.
Just count, man, this match.
Skowski's got 13 lap hold mediums.
That's
They're going to be screaming at the end. And Hugendorn is slowly but surely catching up to the back of Ule here. It's now down to 3/10. It's looking very close. We're going to look at the position gains. The big gainer here is Rosu up 12. The big loser here is Monk down 10. Drunky Monkey.
Drunky Monkey.
As Matthews and McWilliams are still battling for P10. Matthews defends him off, but it's going to be Hugendorn not actually in the toe of Ule that time. Choosing not to, and Ule gets a little bit of a gap out here.
Maybe his tires are not feeling amazing at the moment.
They're both on the mediums. The dirty air can't be doing too good for his wear though.
That's maybe a tad bit overheating with all the pushing from them both.
And it's going to be Potts meanwhile. They have dropped Lurdestam by over a second, so now it's going to be the two of them battling it out. Meanwhile, Potts has a train behind him, Skowski on the old mediums, and it's going to be Kiziel, Binder, Elsom, all behind this lot. There's a big train forming. Rosu is catching up rapidly onto the back of Lurdestam actually.
I think he lost 2/10 now though in the second sector.
He did lose a little bit of time there, and there's a yellow flag, and it's Monk. Monk has spun in turn 4. Drunky Monkey strikes again. Monk is taking the L here.
Well, I believe he's not a fan of this track, so I think he just wants to move on as soon as possible.
Monk taking the L. Everyone put your L's on your forehead and do a little dance. But meanwhile, it's Ule leading Hugendorn lap 23. I'm wondering if the mediums are going to start to fade, but I can't see it happening here. I think it's going to be these two having a shootout here.
I think Hugendorn is doing a Fredrik Rasmussen Austria in F1 esports.
What, holding out for the last moment possible?
Yeah, saving all his ERS and tires.
But Ule's light isn't flashing.
It is not. They both are pretty good, but I think Hugendorn is doing quite a bit better.
And Lurdestam up to 9 seconds of penalties now.
That
doesn't bode well for him. That drops him quite a bit down.
P9, P10, something. Yeah, P9.
That's not good for the Ferrari boy. But meanwhile, Hugendorn got a much better exit here.
He didn't use his ERS there.
No, but you can definitely tell Ule did.
Oh yeah.
Hugendorn really using the maximum of this track, trying to maximise, get McLaren's first win of the season.
I just want an Alfa Romeo win.
Both drivers here fighting for their team's first win of the season, as Liverpool is being said in chat. Has something happened in the footy? It's 1-0 Liverpool. And it's Salah. But meanwhile, back to the racing. It's going to be Ule and Hugendorn. Super tight to one another. Rosu, I think, has given up chasing Lurgesam because he's going to get it just off the track alone. But Hugendorn is hunting down his prey. And Kiziel, this train behind Potts, surely Skowski's tyres are going to be feeling the burn here. The cars behind him are much fresher tyres. We'll be sniffing him. It's going to be blood in the water. Kiziel's going to want to dispatch Skowski here as soon as possible, surely.
Kiziel on 7 lap younger tyres, newer tyres.
Let's pull the tyres back up. And you are very true there. I'd like to point out this second safety car really helped Vlad out.
Oh, it did.
His two closest rivals at the two fastest cars on the track, dead. Vlad in the points. Vlad will be rubbing his hands together. He'll be looking at this race like it's a cheeky Nando's.
Rory will be quite pleased as well, I believe.
He will be, but it's a solid point scoring again from the Alfa Romeo pairing currently. But you got to remember, you got to think about the time Ule went alongside under the safety car.
No, shut up. No, didn't happen. It was all in your heads.
Shush. But Hugendorn hanging on to the back of Ule. Ule's light still not flashing. It'd be really interesting to see how much ERS he's got left.
I can tell you.
But let's not ruin it for the audience watching here. As Kiziel has got past Skowski. And is that going to leave Skowski open to more people now?
I see.
Skowski's tyres must be screaming at him. Take me off.
I think he doesn't want to pit because he'll be P12, 11.
He'd be outside of the points. So Binder now is eyeing him up. Binder's eyeing him up like it's a little juicy snack. As meanwhile, back to the lead. Hugendorn's a little bit closer to Ule this time. But no doing of it. They're within 2 tenths every time they come around this corner. And Hugendorn gets a much better exit this time.
A terrified man.
And Skowski has got Binder looking to make a move on the outside. No! Elsom's through both of them. Elsom's got past both of them as Monk has spun again. But Elsom up into P7 gets past both Skowski and Binder.
What a move.
And it's not looking, I would say it's not looking good for Skowski's tyres because it's only McWilliams and Matthews behind on the hards. McWilliams on a lot older hards, but we know that they have life in them and Binder's going to be looking him up.
I think he'll take P10 instead of P12 though.
Very true, a point is a point. But back to the front because it's Ule leading Hugendorn with 3 laps to go. After this one.
Oh god.
And it's mightily close.
This is gonna go down to the wire.
It is. Hugendorn is very close here. Within a tenth as Matthews picks up 3 seconds and Monk is in the pit. But Hugendorn is closer than before and he's going to get the DRS. He's going to look to make the move here. He looks up the inside. Oh, he pulls out last second. They was hundredths. How much battery do they have? I'm not going to disclose that, Davies. Hush your gums. Use your telemetry app if you've got one. If not, cope. As Binder and Skowski are side by side here. And Binder with the newer, fresher tyres looking to go around the outside of Skowski. And Binder's got the position. Binder goes up to P8. Skowski down to P9. Skowski locks up as well. McWilliams is through. And there's contact between Matthews and Skowski. Skowski down into P11.
Oh, please just pit. No, pit. Oh my.
And Skowski doesn't pit. And oh! Hugendorn's through meanwhile! Hugendorn moves up to P1, Ule down to P2!
Move.
What a move up the inside! And it'll be up to Ule now to fight back! It's all kicking off!
Ule with the 2nd podium in a row, and when he comes home, I'm happy. But let's see what happens to the final laps.
Looking to do this for McLaren.
When Connor isn't watching, Hugendorf is in his element.
And Hugendorf's looking rapid. He's pulled out 5/10. And meanwhile, Elsom has dropped pots. Elsom
But
up into
there's
P6. And he's going to be looking for P5 now.
Elsom on the charge now.
Elsom is on the charge indeed. But we're going to go back to the leaders because Ule will be looking
went wide.
Hugendorf went wide, but he gets a much better drive through there.
Oh my god.
And he just holds it straight. The mad lad. He's pulling
What
away.
a guy. I think
And there's a
we'll
yellow
end
flag
like
for Jehovah's all spun. Oh,
He will
Jehovah's
not
all
be
move out
happy.
the way. Jehovah's all move out the way. The fast cars are coming.
this. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
Oh no.
The AlphaTauri newly appointed TP has got the leaders coming through, and Hugendorf's pulled a second on Ule already. Hugendorf's rapid.
Oh my god.
Ule is not going to be winning this race. It's looking like it's going to be a McLaren dub
What
as
a
Jehovah's all
drive.
moves out the way of P1.
And P2. Let's
But
go.
did he give DRS to P2?
Oh, did it? That would be very...
That'd be very interesting, as there's a
not.
yellow flag and Jehovah's all seems to have spun again.
This is not
Yeah.
his race.
Jehovah's all was looking very fast, but Hugendorf has over a second. And Monk sets fastest lap on his new tyres, but we're going to switch it now to Kizel, who is defending Elsom.
How long can he defend Rapid Elsom?
Because Hugendorf is starting the final lap now. And he's got over a second already on Ule. Looking like a
Yeah.
McLaren dub unless there's a spin in the final lap.
Don't jinx him now. I wouldn't mind, but don't jinx him.
But there is a spin, and it's McWilliams has spun.
Oh, I thought it was Rosie for a second.
No, McWilliams with the spin, and it's going to be Kizel defending for his life from charging Elsom behind.
This will... I am lost for words.
But Elsom seems to not... Elsom on the hards, Kizel on the mediums. He's got one more DRS straight to defend. The front four, a nice space in between all of them now. Lurgistan with that fat penalty looming over him though. He's not
He'll
going to
go
lose as
down.
many. He'll only go to like P6 now, I believe.
Yeah, he'll lose out to Elsom. If he
No,
has
Elsom's got a
stands.
penalty as well. Elsom
Never
has 3
mind.
seconds.
He'll lose out to Kisil.
He will lose out to Kizel.
And Elsom will go down to P7.
Very true. But Kizel runs wide there. Elsom looking to snatch the position on the track.
As Hugendorf
Because you don't
comes to
know.
win.
But yes, Hugendorf takes the checkered flag. And then it's going to be Ule with Lurgistan right behind him. And then Rosu comes for P3 after the penalties. There's a yellow flag for a Jehovah's all spun, and it's going to be Kizel P4, Lurgistan P5,
Elsom.
Potts goes P6, Elsom P7, Binder finishes P8, Matthews P9, and McWilliam takes the final points paying position there with P10.
Look how close with Lurgistan and Kisil.
Oh boy, very, very close as well. And then it's going to be Jehovah's will come in 14th, Kizel, Skalski 11th, Koff takes P12 there, and Monk, the last car to cross the line. You know what to do after this, Duckett.
I have already done, I mean, I've done now, but I'll do the main thing as well. What a race, my...
Chaos around Australia, and we've still got to go here one more time.
Oh, and I am...
And Monk spins.
I don't think it was the finish.
If he gets damage, I'll be disappointed in him.
Imagine if he got wing damage for spinning.
But there we have it. That is Australia Tier 2. Not as many people didn't finish, but easily as much chaos. The game given Rosu driver of the day.
Well deserved.
Well
He
deserved.
drove amazing.
P3 from P16.
Yeah, that was... Give
To
me
think
2
what-
seconds.
To think what could have been though if Harris and Chappers didn't have crashes. But here we have Hugendorn taking his first race win and McLaren's first race win of the season. Hugendorn takes his first ever first place. He will be almightily happy about that. Lift the trophy. Take this moment in, lad. First win in Amethyst Racing. Connor will be over the moon, and I'm sure Max will be too. But there we have it. Our top 3. Hugendorn, Ule and Rosu. Let me know once you've got them. There are standings for today's race. 16th for 16th to 3rd. Ule 8th, started 8th, finished 2nd. Hugendorn started 6th, finished 1st. I don't even know what flag Hugendorn's got there.
Oh my god, is this Will Lightning?
Will Lightning, where?
He's here
Where?
in the audience.
He's in the audience.
He is. The big man himself. He doesn't have internet to play himself.
Hello, Will, welcome.
Hello. It's been
What
a
an
while.
exciting race.
I know. I was engineering today. So
Is that why Rosu came back? Oh, no.
no, I actually I was more engineering McWilliams today. Next week it will be Rosu, but no, he did a fantastic job. Well, both of them did. I mean, it went very wrong for them, both at the start, but both double point finish and Rosu getting a podium. So no, very good job on both their ends.
But now we're going to throw it to the interviews. And
Sadly gonna have to go now, but amazing
go.
race.
would you like to do the interviews with me, Will? It's been a while.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'll leave you to it. Martin.
Alright, well, thank you for joining us. Will, the founder, has returned to engineer for Aston Martin.
Yeah, who would have thought? Fuck knows how Rory got me to do that.
I have no idea either, but we're looking for first place. Where is he? He
Yeah,
hasn't
well,
arrived.
Before I head out, congrats to Hugendorn and McLaren. P6 to P1, so good stuff
Big
from
race.
him. And Ule as well, good to see you on the podium. But I'll leave you to it, Martin.
Alright, thank you. And a pleasure having you up here again. Oh, he's gone. So, with the McLaren not being here, we're going to throw it to Ule in P2. Ule, let's bring the rest of your team up as well. Your engineer and your TP, vice TP.
Yeah, definitely.
P2
Hello.
Ule, you were looking like you was on for the win and taken away from you with the final few laps to go.
Yeah, it was from the very beginning of that stint crystal clear to me that's gonna be Tevens. If I let it go, it's just not retakeable. But I think I threw a good fight for the money, did I?
You put on a valiant defence there. You held him back for a very long time, but he got you right towards the end.
I mean, he was just faster. It was all a game of saving battery and saving tires. Speaking of the latter, I think I did as well. As usually, good job. But speaking about the battery, he must have made it even better because I was complaining about 3 laps to go that I'm going pretty low. I had 10% to deploy each lap. He must have saved more, and that's all about it.
But again, still podium again for you again, Ule. You're other than Vlad, who is first place last time. The closest rivals seem to have faded away. So you must be over the moon with that.
Yeah, I was, to be honest, quite surprised when I heard that Vlad is on the back of the pack, and I thought he's gonna put a great fight, which was really close to, because before the safety car he was behind me. I think it was around 2 seconds. I was a little bit scared because I knew how fast he was, but he went into trouble. I managed to avoid this race, and that's what it all came for. Last year it was me who got into trouble. Now I paid him back. So, yeah.
Again, though, an almighty race from yourself. And you looking forward to going down to Japan?
It's gonna be interesting. I suspect that's gonna be a little bit wet race, despite the fact that the chance for rain was decreased for this race. But I think, yeah, we're gonna try to put good effort again. Shame for Casper because he had also really good run, but got caught up into trouble, not because of his fault.
And Casper, do you want to talk us through your race? It seemed like it was a bit of a different strategy. You tried to last it out on the mediums.
My
Oh,
engineer thought.
my idea.
My engineer thought it would be a good idea. He believed in me that I would keep those tires at low degradation, but I was trying to push a lot, gain positions, but then at the latter stages of the race, they just went off, didn't have any grip, any pace in them, so I just spit for softs to get the fastest lap.
And I believe you did get the fastest lap in the end.
Yeah, I did.
So you're still a point away from anyone who scored points.
It was your driver
No,
who was
no,
13th. Who had
Well,
it
again,
before.
no point for fastest lap though.
Yeah.
So you take a point off the board in either way. Are you looking forward to Japan though, Skowski?
I've raced before in Japan. I need to do some tweaks on the setup, but yeah, I think we will have a great race here.
As a weeb and a 02 lover, you must think it's your second home.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist the joke.
Yeah, no problem. You just made my day this way.
well raced today, and we look forward to seeing you boys next week in Japan.
Yeah, thanks for the team. And one more thing, I'm sorry, I think it was largest time because my wheel disconnected for the last sector. It just died, it couldn't boot up, probably overheating defense mechanism, so sorry for going slowly and giving you a little bit of heart attack on the start-finish line, on the very finish, on the checker flag.
I could clarify that. His wheel just died, basically.
Yep.
Well, thank you once again, boys, and we look forward to seeing you next week in
Arigatou
Japan.
gozaimasu.
I have no idea what you just said, but I'm assuming it was.
He just I think he said like goodbye something. See you later.
He said thank you in Japanese. Fucking whip.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Typical
we're gonna.
him.
Yep, typical. We're gonna go now to P3. Vlad, come on up, Vlad. From
Hello,
P16 to P3, monumental drive.
Yeah, I don't know how I get this podium.
Chaos
I
all
wa-
around. You seem to avoid it,
Yes.
other than at the start, you seem to lose a little bit of your wing.
I was almost a lap down in first 3 laps.
Oh boy, safety cars really played in your favour then, because almost out of the race if you go a lap down around Melbourne.
Yes, I pitted 3 times. They didn't change my front wing. I had, I think, orange front wing.
We saw you come in again for a second time and was like, why have you pitted after just pitting? We was wondering if you were serving your 5 second that you'd got.
Yeah, they didn't change my front wing.
That's
so
always
I was
good.
medium hard.
But still, you put on a monumental drive there, P3 in the end. You must be happy with that. I believe that keeps you P1 in the drivers.
I think so.
Because your nearest opponent DNF'd this race, and then it would make Ule then, who came P3, who finished P2 now, chasing you down. He gains a little bit on you, but again, you can't be too disappointed. Started P16, P3 on the podium.
Yeah, the maximum from this race was P3. I had, I think, 75% tire wear at the end. So
Run.
quite good.
Running it very close there then.
Yes.
But are you looking forward to Japan? How do you feel about Japan?
Mm, 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 mm. I don't like
Contentious
that.
one. You don't like Japan?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry that I picked it as my one track. But no, thank you very much for joining us up here today, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to go down to the audience. It's going to be McWilliams who wants to come up first. Hello,
Hello.
McWilliams.
Hello.
I believe, where did you finish in the end of that? It was
P10.
So you scored the
Um,
final point.
I did barely. Even though I spun twice, made about 400 pit stops, and got dive bombed and shit bashed by my best mate on that one. I'm all right with that. I expected a lot worse, so my mindset this was just expect nothing and just take anything that falls to me, and I did. For a lot of this race, I was just a passenger, just watching other people do their own stuff. And there was a time where I was fighting maybe for like P7, but maybe something better is in store for Japan or something.
Talking of Japan, how do you feel about Japan?
I'm not quite sure. I haven't practiced it too much. There isn't as many like easily spinnable corners as Australia for me, so I think it should be a little bit more peaceful for myself. But Suzuka's an incredible circuit, and I cannot wait to race there.
Well, thank you very much for joining us up here today, and we do look forward to seeing you in Japan.
Look forward to seeing you too, Duke.
Thank you very much. And now we're going to go to the Alpine team, then we're going to go to Mercedes.
Hello again.
So, chappers, we spoke earlier under the second safety car.
Yeah.
Elsom
Pretty bad.
put through a brilliant race to get back through the field there.
Yeah.
Finishing
unfortunate-
P7. Unlucky with
Yeah.
the time penalty there.
Yeah.
It's get removed.
Yeah. I got
It's
it double
it's
warning.
the Australia triple warning thing.
Have you
Yeah.
got the screenshot of the director, though?
I done it
Yeah,
for
he
him
does,
because I'm
he
a
does.
smart TP.
We're
Very
all set. It's a
smart.
possible P4 for him.
Yeah, we reckon P4.
So that's a big points all still for yourself after the catastrophe that was Bahrain. You'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, we are.
think-
Definitely.
I think we both agreed in quali anything that we were in the current situation with. I think at the time it was P1, P10. It's anything's better than Bahrain. Shame I couldn't finish, but I'm really glad of Elsom. He had his own little Frugos Hamilton moment. Please tell me you caught that on stream.
We caught the back end of it.
I'm so upset.
Oh.
No, I'm so upset.
We was watching the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo battle at the same time for P1.
I'm very disappointed in your commentating and your
Yeah.
camera choice.
Oh,
Same here.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it was for the race lead.
But yeah.
But no, once
We're
again,
both
no.
very happy with Elsom there. There's no
And-
complaints. He's had a solid race, and after a mediocre quali for him, because we know he's a lot quicker.
After the hard take of Bahrain, Japan's next. How are you boys feeling about Japan?
Ooh,
I hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate
same.
it.
So,
I like driving it, but I'm not going to sit here and say I want to race. I don't know, like 20 odd laps around the killer curbs or whatever. I don't know who was it? Who was the Aston Martin? It was just McWilliams. What is he on about? There's less spinnable curbs. Is he crazy?
The entire Sector 1 is more spinnable.
Yeah. Oh,
For
God.
sure.
I mean, again, I was the one who chose that one track.
Yeah, I know. If you don't win
Yeah,
tier
thanks
3,
a lot, man.
if you don't win
Thanks
tier
a
3
lot.
Japan, I'm actually going to laugh at you.
I
I'm
chose Japan
genuinely
not
gonna
because
laugh
I'm
at
good at it, but because I like the track and the history, okay?
you. Of course, yeah. Is that why you've been banging out time trial around Japan?
I haven't even banged around time trial around Japan.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but next race will be hopefully both of us finishing with some good points.
yeah.
Hopefully both of you finish for your bankroll.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's
Yeah,
3
our
million.
bank account can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I'm so.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to get back to the Discord Nitros. I think I need to start making all accounts.
It's about to become Twitch subs because they're worth 5 mil.
Wait, are
Wait,
they?
what?
Yeah, a Twitch sub.
Oh,
is worth
hold
5 mil.
on!
Wait a second.
Wait, 10th of November. I'll be back.
Oh my god, he's right.
I'll be back. I'll be back for the next T3 race, and I'll sub then.
Oh boy, it's going to be Connor commentating that one though. So, thank you very much for joining us up here today, boys, and we do look forward to seeing you next week. You tier 1 in Hawkins and Chappers and Elsom tier 2.
Yeah, you might see me too. I'll never know.
Never know. But no, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
In a bit.
In a bit.
Free up my homo bobbo.
We're gonna go to Monk now, and then we're gonna go to Kizu as the last interview of today. So Monk, do you want me to bring Potts up as well?
Yeah, if you want to. Sure.
So boys, how was that race for you guys? Monk, you was in P1 and you bottled it.
Yeah.
How, and Potts P6, I believe.
Yeah, wait, 7 if that Alpine gets his 3 seconds removed.
How was that race for you boys?
Do you want to go first, Monk?
The first few laps until Chiapas crash, fine. After that, shit.
You got wing damage. We didn't quite catch exactly. We just saw Kopf do a spin. We don't know if you were the reason for the spin.
Yeah, I got distracted by something. Can't remember what it was, and yeah, I ran into the back of him.
There goes.
That's what we do.
That's going to be a good penalty for you then.
Yeah.
Elmans, and Potts
Yeah.
P6 currently. Must be happy with
Yeah.
that still. Solid points.
I mean, starting 14th, I think. It was a fun little race.
And will we expect to see better pace from you boys in Japan?
I hope.
Hopefully.
Better quality.
Because you guys were ruled to be the dark horses of Tier 2, and I'd say you're in the shadows right now.
Yeah.
It's just
Anyway.
finding the groove.
Thank you very much for joining me today, boys, and we'll hope we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya. And now we go to the last person. It'll be Kizyul in the Haas. Kizyul, talk us through your race.
Hello. Can you bring
Currently,
Sergio up?
I can bring Sergio up.
You?
Let's have a look. Where did you boys finish? P4 currently.
Yeah, currently.
Did Elsom get past you on the track? Is the question.
Yeah, he did on the last corner. You know, he had hard, way fresher tires, and I just also misjudged my braking points. So yeah, I lost out to him going into like last corners.
So there's a chance that it's P5 actually in the end of it.
Yeah, but I'm happy anyway. My guy Sergio, actually after the contact with Elsom, I had a little wing damage that obviously made me slower, but he didn't tell me, so I didn't know, and I was pushing like hell. And then after the race, he only told me that I had wing damage.
Oh.
Yeah, and I did Skowski dirty on like other people, I think bosses, so I was going for the outside and to the inside.
And your second driver today didn't have a good race, sadly.
Yeah, well, we literally did what we did we literally did this race what we did in Bahrain, but the other way around. P4 DNF, P4 DNF.
Well, it's a current P4, could be a P5.
Yeah, but
There's still points on the board for you.
yeah, I'll be happy with P5 anyway.
And are you happy to go to Japan next?
I'm happy that I'm not going to Japan next because I'm gonna take the walk to Poland on Monday, and I'll be back after Japan.
Ah, so
Thank God. And
do you have anyone to race for you? Is the next question.
I've got someone on my mind, but shit. I'm thinking of Alex Day since he's the only one that could actually reserve because Basil left us. Maybe Zervo,
Or
we'll see.
you could rent someone else. I know Alpine have a driver if you don't want to risk Day going for dinner midway through.
We'll see what we can do.
But anyway, thank you for joining us today and well
I've got
raced.
one more question.
Oh yes, go for it.
Did you did you call any of those overtakes I did?
I think we were switching between yourself and the battle for first because Hugendorn was on a charge. So we were switching between the two. I think we did catch a couple of them though.
Any clapbacks?
I don't think there was any clapbacks. No switchbacks.
Come on, Luke.
But thank you once again. Thank you once again though for joining us up here, and we look forward to not seeing you as you take the walk to Poland, but seeing your drivers instead competing in your place.
Yeah, after Japan, I'll compete in every race. Don't you worry.
Well, anyway, thank you once again, and we'll see. I'm sure we'll see Marquinhos up here again next week.
Yep, probably.
If I don't get taken out by one of your drivers, maybe. See ya, man.
See ya. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us today. That's been Tier 2 Australia. Come back again on Wednesday, 7 PM British Summer Time, as we go to Tier 3 Down Under, which can only be a cracking race. Connor should be commentating that one for you boys, and we look forward to seeing you then. But for now, that's been me, Martin, and goodbye.
I tell you a story about me and you. float away. I'll let it float away, float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Tell you a story about you and me. Stuck on the water, the waves are getting deep. They scream that only I can breathe. They toss out the mask, but it's a little out of reach. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. There isn't any more to say. If you're not with me, I'd rather not be saved. There's no decision to be made. If you're not with me, I'll just let it float